Chers membres du Conseil de l'SRC, honorables invités, chers collègues, ladies and gentlemen, bienvenue à la cérémonie de réception des nouveaux membres 2022 de la Société royale du Canada. Welcome to the 2022 induction ceremony of the Royal Society of Canada. My name is Gary Libin. I'm Secretary of the Society, and I will be the MC for this ceremony. I would like to take this opportunity to acknowledge the traditional territories of the people of Treaty 7 region in southern Alberta, which includes the Blackfoot Confederacy, comprising the Siksina, Piikani, Kainai First Nations, as well as the Tsuut'ina First Nation and the Stoney Nakoda, including the Chiniki, Bearspaw, and Wesley First Nations. The city of Calgary is also home to Métis Nation of Alberta, Region 3. Aujourd'hui, la SRC recevra 100 nouveaux membres au sein de ces trois académies. Additionally, we are happy to welcome some of our previous year's inductees attending this year's ceremony. The 2020 and 2021 induction ceremonies had to be held online due to the COVID-19 pandemic, but these members have been invited to cross the stage this year in order to experience the usual in-person ceremony. I'll be inviting each of these members to come on the stage to be acknowledged as I present them from their academic citations. I am joined on the stage by Professor Alain Gagnon, incoming president of the RSC, to welcome each inductee with a handshake or whatever they're most comfortable with. And by Professor Vijaya Raghavan, treasurer of the Society, who will be overseeing the signing of the official registry of fellows to the RSC. This afternoon's ceremony will proceed as follows. In a moment, I will invite you all to rise in order to welcome the inductees. Once these special guests have proceeded into the room, we ask that you remain standing for the singing of the national anthem. I would now like to invite you to please rise as we warmly welcome the new inductees of the Royal Society of Canada.
Bring it a bit closer.
Thank you. Please remain standing for the national anthem. S'il vous plaît, restez debout pour l'hymne national. Chers nouveaux membres, dear new fellows, welcome. Avant d'aller plus loin, j'aimerais prendre quelques minutes pour rendre hommage aux nouveaux membres à vie de la SRC. RSC Fellows become life members once they have been members for over 25 years. We would like to take a moment this afternoon to thank our life members in attendance today for their contributions to the RSC. Today we are recognizing Kenneth Davey, Michael Dents, Kathleen Mahoney, Brian Massam, Andrew Meal, Petra Moody, Lawrence Mysak, Dennis Osmond, Stephen Randall, Dennis Salahab, John Small, Ching Swing. Voilà les nouveaux membres à vie de 2022 de la SRC. Nous sommes maintenant rendus à la prestation du serment de la société, une tradition qui remonte à 1883. Cette tradition veut que chaque membre récite à voix haute le serment de l'SRC afin d'être officiellement intronisés comme membres. To follow the tradition, since 1883, the new fellows will read aloud the oath. You will find the oath in both official languages displayed on the screen. I invite all incoming members to stand, please, and recite the oaths along with me, first in English and then in French, making the necessary gender agreements. Are we ready? We're not ready yet. Okay, we can repeat after me. We who have hitherto subscribed to hereby promise each for himself or herself that we will endeavor to promote the good of the Royal Society of Canada and to pursue the ends for which the Society was founded. That we will be present at the meetings of the Society as often as conveniently we can, and that we will observe the bylaws and regulations of the Society. Nous sous-signés, promettons chacun, en notre conscience. Okay. Someone will repeat with me. De promouvoir le bien de la Société royale du Canada et de poursuivre les buts pour lesquels la Société a été fondée. D'assister aussi souvent que possible aux réunions de la Société et de respecter les statuts et les règlements de la Société. Congratulations. I would like to now invite Dr. Kevin Shoemaker, Associate Vice President of Research at the University of Western Ontario, to give some opening remarks about this year's inductees. Professor Shoemaker.
Thank you, Gary, and please do not repeat after me. A warm welcome to all laureates, colleagues, honored guests, and family in the audience. I'm delighted to have the opportunity to welcome you as we celebrate an exceptional cohort of scholars being honored for outstanding academic achievements and exceptional careers. As Canadians, it is important that we honor and celebrate intellectual leadership and pay tribute to those whose expertise, hard work, and courage are an inspiration. And it's part of what makes events like these so important. And Western University is proud to be a long-standing institutional member of the Royal Society of Canada, and we are proud to again sponsor this year's celebration. Our President, Alan Shepard, sends his very best regards. On Western's behalf, I am thrilled to extend our warmest congratulations to the entire group of 2022 Fellows, to members of the College of New Scholars, artists and scientists inducted earlier, and the medal and award winners, which were also celebrated earlier. The body of work that you folks have produced is truly inspiring and important. It's also a special privilege to have this opportunity to acknowledge 8 Western colleagues who are being recognized this week through the various categories that we've just presented, some of which you'll meet in a few moments. As I close, I would like to extend a final thanks to Jeremy McNeil who has been Royal Society of Canada President since 2019 and is a distinguished university professor in Western's Department of Biology. And thank you for all of your leadership and for advancing research efforts across Canada. Congratulations once again to all the awardees, to your families, and to the countless colleagues and others who have supported your important work. Congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Shoemaker. We shall now proceed with the induction of the 2022 new Fellows. Cher Président, chers collègues, chers amis, j'ai le plaisir de vous présenter d'abord les nouveaux membres de l'Académie des Arts, des Lettres et des Sciences Humaines. I would like to invite Madame Julie Wright, présidente de l'Académie des Arts, des Lettres et des Sciences Humaines, à me joindre à la scène. Richard Arthur. From McMaster University, Richard Arthur's work on the history and philosophy of science and the mathematics in the 17th century has transformed the study of his field. Il est notamment l'auteur de nombreux articles et livres novateurs sur le grand philosophe et esprit universel allemand Gottfried Wilhelm Leibniz. Professor Arthur's work has reinvigorated debates in metaphysics and philosophy of time. Richard Arthur. Wendy Hui Kyung Chung. Wendy Hui Kyung Chung is Simon Fraser University's Canada 150 Research Chair in New Media and leads the Digital Democracies Institute. Elle a obtenu de nombreux postes de professeurs invités et de boursières de recherche, notamment à la Fondation Guggenheim, the American Council of Learned Societies, l'Université Princeton, and University of Pennsylvania at Chicago, and Harvard University. She is the author of several works, including Discriminating Data, Updating to Remain the Same, Programmed Visions, and Control and Freedom, all from MIT Press. Wendy Hui Kyung Chung. Penelope Farfan. Penelope Farfan is the University of Calgary is an award-winning scholar whose interdisciplinary research on feminist and queer performance has reshaped the fields of modernist theater, drama, dance, and performance studies. Elle est également une éditrice primée et une spécialiste internationalement reconnue du théâtre féministe contemporain. Her work has foregrounded Canadian playwrights while also advancing knowledge of playwriting by women from around the world over the past 30 years. Penelope Farfan. Randy Allen Harris. Randy Allen Harris researches the intersection of rhetoric, linguistics, cognitive neuroscience, and artificial intelligence at the University of Waterloo. Il est professeur de langue et de littérature anglaise et directeur du projet de recherche international, the Rhetoricon Database. His books include The Linguistics Wars, Rhetoric and Incommensurability, and the path-breaking voice interaction design. Randy Allen Harris. Alan Hepburn. An internationally renowned literary scholar, Alan Hepburn has published many books and articles on 20th century British, Irish, and American novels. Ses publications portent sur les convergences entre l'espionnage, les droits de la personne, la citoyenneté, l'extinction nucléaire, la Seconde Guerre mondiale, la diplomatie et la fiction. He is a recognized authority on the novelist Elizabeth Bowen and holds the James McGill Chair in 20th Century Literature at McGill University. Alan Hepburn. Bonnie Ibowo. Bonnie Ibowo is an internationally renowned historian of human rights and African studies, and the founding director of McMaster University's Center for Human Rights and Restorative Justice. Chercheur prolifique et chroniqueur public, Ibowo a, par sa recherche novatrice, révolutionné les études sur les droits de l'homme. His significant academic and policy contributions to global human rights are evident in his appointment by the United Nations Human Rights Council as chair of the UN Expert Mechanism on the Right to Development. Bonnie Ibowo has been a fellow of the RSC since 2021. Bonnie Ibowo. Cette Jones. Dr. Cette Jones is an internationally recognized historian of pandemic influenza and the history of socialized healthcare in Canada, whose work is characterized by strong public engagement. Elle est l'auteure ou l'éditrice de 7 livres d'érudition, dont plusieurs ont été primés. She was recently appointed Humanities Research Professor in the Faculty of Arts at the University of Manitoba and is a past member of the RSC College of New Scholars. Cette Jones. Valerie Korinek. Valerie Korinek is one of Canada's leading historians of culture and gender history. Professeure d'histoire à l'Université de Saskatchewan, elle est l'auteure de livres primés sur les communautés queer, l'histoire culturelle des femmes et l'histoire de l'alimentation. Dr. Korenek's ambitious and innovative studies have fundamentally shaped how Canadian historians understand feminist and sexualities histories. Valerie Kornick has been a Fellow of the RSC since 2020. Valerie Kornick. Hendrik Cray. Professor Hendrik Cray of the University of Calgary is one of the most influential North American historians of Brazil. Ses travaux ont permis de mieux comprendre la naissance du Brésil en tant qu'État indépendant et son empire du XIXe siècle. Cray's sophisticated, innovative, and meticulous research has shaped local and global scholarship on Brazil, influencing the way both historians and the public view its complex history. Hendrik Cray. Laura Marks. Laura Marks is a media art and philosophy scholar with an intercultural focus. Elle est reconnue à l'échelle internationale en tant que conservatrice d'art médiatique expérimental. Over the past 25 years, she has introduced a new theory of multisensory perception, challenged the origins of media art through her explorations of non-Western genealogies, and proposed sustainable solutions to the impact of media on the environmental crisis. Laura Marks. Carolyn McLeod. Carolyn McLeod, professor of philosophy at Western University, is a leading Canadian scholar in bioethics and feminist philosophy. Elle a apporté des solutions à certains des problèmes éthiques les plus profonds en matière de politique de la santé reproductive et de politique familiale. She has contributed directly to the creation of public policies affecting prospective parents in Canada and developed innovative tools to address these. Carolyn McLeod. Cynthia Milton. Cynthia Milton of the University of Victoria is internationally recognized for her work on poverty and colonialism and post-conflict memory, human rights, and artistic expressions, in particular in Latin America. Son approche interdisciplinaire a ouvert de nouveaux horizons dans l'étude des séquelles de la violence politique, accordant une attention particulière aux mots divers et inclusifs de reconnaissance historique. She was a member of the inaugural cohort of the College of New Scholars and one of its former presidents. Cynthia Milton. Charmaine A. Nelson. Charmaine A. Nelson is Provost Professor of Art History and the founding director of the Slavery North Initiative at the University of Massachusetts Amherst. Ses recherches novatrices explorent les représentations et la production des Africains asservis par l'esclavage transatlantique qui a sévi au Canada, dans les Caraïbes et aux États-Unis. She is an award-winning scholar who has published 7 books, given 300 talks, and over 240 interviews around the world. Charmaine A. Nelson. Julie Rack. Dr. Julie Rack of the University of Alberta is a field leader in the study of autobiography and life writing. Son ferme engagement envers la recherche socialement engagée a fait en sorte que l'étude de l'autobiographie s'est détournée des figures littéraires célèbres en faveur des écrivains et des artistes marginalisés. Her scholarship is motivated by the power and purpose of life stories across media, especially by those who have been excluded from the body politic because of their gender, race, class, or sexual orientation. Julie Rack. Margaret Shabas. Margaret Shabas est spécialiste de l'histoire et à la philosophie de l'économie. Her publications at the University of British Columbia deal with William Stanley Jevons and the transition of economics from a literary to a mathematical discipline, on the concept of the economy as governed by natural and social laws, and most recently, she has published the first monograph on the economics of David Hume. Margaret Shabas. Ray Siemens. Ray Siemens is Distinguished Professor at the University of Victoria in English with cross-appointment in computer science. Ses recherches ont permis de réviser notre compréhension de la tradition poétique anglaise ancienne et d'enrichir l'écosystème universitaire. He advances the mission of the humanities by exploring, testing, and proving the value of emerging digital research, dissemination, and collaborative engagement methods. Raymond Siemens. Wendy Steiner. From the University of Pennsylvania, Wendy Steiner's path-breaking studies of word and image relations have influenced thinkers and artists worldwide. Son écrit a plaidé la liberté d'expression et le rôle central de la beauté dans la vie humaine. Her concepts of the model and beauty as interaction advance a liberal feminist aesthetics that also inspires her creative work as an opera librettist and installation artist. Wendy Steiner. Cynthia Sugars. Cynthia Sugars of the University of Ottawa is widely considered to have laid the groundwork for the field of Canadian settler colonial literary studies within broader international debates. Ses analyses richement historisées sous-tendent la discussion fondamentale sur certaines des questions les plus pressantes de notre époque. Her work on multiculturalism, national identity, and Canada's position in a global world has deepened our understanding of the ways that Canadians have both imagined and interrogated stories of national belonging. Cynthia Sugars. Christine Sipnowicz. Professor Christine Sipnowicz from Queen's University is an internationally renowned scholar who uses an interdisciplinary approach to make a significant impact on political and legal philosophy. Ses recherches s'articulent autour des principes de justice et d'égalité, améliorer la compréhension de soi et favoriser l'épanouissement humain. Sipnowicz's journalism background bolsters her commitment to the relevance of political philosophy for public debate. Christine Sipnowicz. Maita Tabora. Dr. Maita Tabuada is Distinguished Professor in the Department of Linguistics and Director of the Discourse Processing Lab at Simon Fraser University. Ses recherches misent sur les éclairages fournis par l'analyse du discours et la linguistique informatique pour étudier et aborder les problèmes sociaux urgents. She has transformed the way information is understood and disseminated, developing tools to classify online comments and identify misinformation, and drawing attention to gender representation in the media. Maita Tabuada. Alison Wiley. Alison Wiley of the University of British Columbia is internationally recognized for working at the intersection of philosophy of science and the historical sciences, and for game-changing insights in feminist philosophy. On lui doit des analyses ainsi des pratiques archéologiques démontrant que même les trouvailles les plus fragmentaires peuvent en révéler long sur le passé. Her work reframed epistemic ideals like objectivity and has had an impact on archaeological practice as well as in philosophy. Alison Wiley. Diana Dimitrova. Professeure titulaire à l'Université de Montréal, Diana Dimitrova est une spécialiste de l'hindouisme et des religions du sud-est asiatique. Her international reputation is based on her pioneering work on Hinduism and Hindi theater, otherness, cultural identity, and gender. Ses nombreuses publications lui ont mérité un rayonnement et une reconnaissance aussi bien au Canada qu'à l'étranger. Diana Dimitrova. Marc l'apprend. Marc l'apprend de l'Université de Victoria est reconnu comme le spécialiste mondial de l'écrivain français Boris Vian, Georges Perec, Martin Winkler et Jacques Jouet. He is undoubtedly the foremost expert in his fields, where he has shone with his sustained and internationally recognized production. Comme en témoignant le rayonnement de ses publications et ses multiples colloques à travers le monde sur l'Olipo, la pataphysique, son apport à la théorie littéraire est incontestable. Marc l'apprend. David Chariandri. David Chariandri from Simon Fraser University is an award-winning author and major contributor to Black Canadian literature. His novels are celebrated internationally for their meticulous attention to language and narrative form. Comptant également des travaux de recherche et des ouvrages non fictifs, son œuvre jette un regard sur les luttes sociales et les relations intimes de la vie diasporique. A committed promoter of creative writing in Canada, he supports both emerging and established authors through mentorship, editing, and institutional service. David Chariandri. Megumi Masaki. Megumi Masaki of Brandon University is a Japanese-Canadian pianist and multimedia performing artist recognized as a leading interpreter of new music and an innovator that reimagines the piano, pianist, and performance space. Son travail repousse les limites de l'interactivité entre le son, l'image, le texte et le mouvement dans les œuvres multimédia grâce à nouvelles technologies. Over 70 compositions have been created with and for Megumi, and she has premiered 150 works worldwide. She was appointed to the Order of Manitoba. Megumi Masaki. Judy Radul. Judy Radul from Simon Fraser University, is an award-winning and internationally renowned new media artist and scholar whose research investigates how technologies shape perceptions of reality. Sa pratique a eu un impact considérable dans les domaines de l'esthétique juridique, de la représentation et de la perception, ainsi que de la technologie de mouvement du caméra. Her many high-profile residencies, exhibitions, and scholarly contributions reflect her national and international profile. Judy Radul. Monsieur le Président, Mesdames et Messieurs, applaudissons les nouveaux membres de l'Académie des Arts, des Lettres et des Sciences Humaines. Ladies and gentlemen, please applaud the new Fellows of the Academy of Arts and Humanities. I would like to now ask Dr. Janine Brody, President of the Academy of Social Sciences, to join us on the stage. It is now my pleasure to present the new Fellows of the Academy of Social Sciences. J'ai maintenant le plaisir de vous présenter les nouveaux membres de l'Académie des sciences sociales. Payam Akavan. Professor Payam Akavan from the University of Toronto is a renowned scholar and practitioner of international criminal law, transitional justice, and human rights. Ses publications fondamentales et ses recherches novatrices axées sur les victimes ont eu un impact considérable sur l'évolution de ces domaines. He is also a noted public intellectual and advocate for persecuted minorities who has made significant contributions to the jurisprudence of international courts and tribunals. Payam Akavan. Barbara Arneal. Barbara Arneal of the University of British Columbia is a world-renowned scholar of identity politics, feminist theory, and the history of political thought. Ses recherches ont permis de dégager des idées novatrices et durables sur les conséquences politiques de l'impérialisme, du colonialisme et du libéralisme. Her research has exposed discrimination and oppression in Canada and the world by deepening the understanding of how and why so many people are excluded from politics based on gender, disability, age, ethnicity, and indigeneity. Barbara Arneal. Christine Chambers. Dr. Christine Chambers from Dalhousie University is an internationally recognized leader in children's pain management. Elle a dirigé l'initiative Solutions pour la douleur chez les enfants, un réseau national voué à l'application de la recherche. She champions research supporting the well-being of children as scientific director of CIHR's Institute of Human Development, Child and Youth Health. Identified as one of Canada's most powerful women, she is passionate about research impact and patient and public engagement in health research. Christine Chambers. Marie-Claire Cordonnier-Seger. Marie-Claire Cordonnier-Seger of the University of Waterloo is a pioneering international scholar and jurist in sustainable development law and governance. Elle analyse de manière comparative les innovations juridiques réalisées pour résoudre les problèmes liés au changement climatique, à la perte de biodiversité, au rétablissement des pandémies et à d'autres défis mondiaux cruciaux. While interactionally informing international treaty regimes, implementation, and compliance, her groundbreaking scholarly volumes include the textbook Sustainable Development Law, Athena's Treaties, and her influential Implementing Treaties for Sustainable Development series. Marie-Claire Cordonnier-Seger. Keith Dobson. From the University of Calgary, Keith Dobson is a global expert in the field of mental health with expertise in models of psychopathology, evidence-based psychosocial treatments of mental disorders, and interventions that reduced stigma toward mental health problems. Il a publié abondamment sur l'éthique et la pratique de psychologie professionnelle au Canada et a mené de beaucoup d'organisations nationales et internationales dévouées à l'avancement de la pratique de la psychologie. Keith Dobson has been a Fellow of the RSC since 2021. Keith Dobson. William Fisher. William Fisher of the University of Western University has contributed foundational theory behind the primary drivers of health behavior change and health behavior adherence over time. Son modèle comportemental a été appliqué dans le monde entier pour comprendre et promouvoir des comportements liés à la santé. His research is applied to topics as diverse and consequential as HIV/AIDS risk and prevention, vaccine hesitancy and vaccine uptake, sexual reproductive health risk and promotion, and ascertaining sexual consent and mitigating sexual coercion. William Fisher. Celia Haig Brown. From York University, Celia Haig Brown, an Anglo-Canadian scholar, has spent her career committed to respectful and reciprocal research and practice working closely with Indigenous collaborators. Her 1988 book, based on testimonials of survivors, has served as the basis for 2 films and a version of 2022, which was contributed to by Native persons. Looking to her next SSHRC-funded film, Rodeo Women, Behind the Scenes, we're expecting wonderful things. I understand it's in post-production. Celia Haig Brown. Stephen J. Hoffman. Stephen J. Hoffman, also of York University, is a world-leading authority on global health law and the global governance of health threats that transcend national borders. Il a réalisé d'importantes percées intellectuelles pour relever les défis auxquels sont confrontés les nombreux gouvernements et organismes des Nations Unies. He is a leading voice in public health, a champion for evidence-informed policymaking, and a frequent contributor to news media. Stephen J. Hoffman. Dana Lipovsky. Dr. Lipovsky is a professor in the Department of Archaeology at Simon Fraser University. Elle cherche à comprendre les relations à long terme entre les peuples autochtones et leurs environnements et à situer les relations dans les contextes sociaux et écologiques actuels. She brings together diverse knowledge holders from within the academy and beyond, and builds long-term meaningful partnerships with the descendant communities whose past she is privileged to study. Dana Lipovsky.
Skip this one.
Okay, thank you. Kai Lee. From the University of British Columbia, Kai Lee is the world's leading expert in empirical corporate finance research. Son analyse critique de la gouvernance et de l'innovation des entreprises a transformé la recherche sur la conception de la rémunération des dirigeants, la surveillance des actionnaires et l'innovation chez des entreprises. Her research on human capital and technological synergies in corporate takeovers has had profound policy implications for fostering creative breakthroughs and on business decision-making. Kai Lee. Stephen McAdams. Professor Stephen McAdams is one of the world's top researchers in the cognitive dynamics of music listening. Titulaire de la Charte de recherche du Canada en perception et en cognition musicale à l'Université McGill depuis 2004, his research has revolutionized the role of cognition within music scholarship through collaborations with music theorists, composers, performers, conductors, and music technologists. Stephen McAdams. Linda Peak. From York University, Linda Peak's award-winning research integrates feminism and anti-racism into the theorizations of urban everyday life, inspiring scholarship in human geography and urban studies. Ses travaux originaux sur les femmes en tant que sujet urbain sexué ont dynamisé les critiques de la production de connaissances canoniques. Utilizing methodologies that engage marginalized communities, she created the field of comparative feminist urban research. Linda Peak. Ito Peng. From the University of Toronto, Ito Peng's groundbreaking research on gender, care, and migration policies and the global health care economy has established her as an internationally acknowledged thought leader. Ses recherches sont liées à l'égalité des genres, au travail dans le domaine des soins et à la migration transnationale des soins. Backgrounded by the pandemic, her work on the multidimensional and interlocking dependencies between the global North and South through the work of care and the migration of care workers is in critical demand. Ito Peng. Suzanne Soderberg. Suzanne Soderberg is a professor in global development studies at Queen's University. Ses travaux en économie politique ont fait avancer les débats sur la dette, les finances et la gouvernance au-delà du Nord-Sud dans le monde. Dr. Soderberg has written several award-winning books, including Corporate Power in Contemporary Capitalism, Debt-Fair States, and The Poverty Industry and Urban Displacements Governing Surplus and Survival in Global Capitalism. Suzanne Soderberg. Kelly Stajduhar. Dr. Kelly Stajduhar, Professor, University of Victoria, has worked in oncology, palliative care, and gerontology as a nurse, educator, and researcher. Sa pratique et sa recherche sont axées sur la fin de vie, les soins et les populations marginalisées. Most recently, she was inducted as a fellow into the Canadian Academy of Health Sciences and the Canadian Academy of Nursing. Kelly Stajduhar. Sunara Tobani. Sunara Tobani's work from the University of British Columbia. Her scholarship focuses on topics of critical race and post-colonial theory, such as colonialism, migration and violence, Islam, gender and Muslims, and South Asian gender and sexuality studies. Elle est lauréate du prix Sarah Shorten et du prix d'excellence du doyen de l'Université de la Colombie-Britannique. Professor Tobani has served as Ruth Wynne Woodward Endowed Chair, President, National Action Committee on the Status of Women, and is the founding member of Researchers and Academics of Color for Equity, Race. Sunara Tobani. Danica van Prosdy. Dr. Danica van Prosdy is Director of Transcoastal Adaptations, Center for Nature-Based Solutions, Professor at St. Mary's University. Elle a plus de 25 ans d'expérience dans les projets d'adaptation côtière basés sur les écosystèmes et les évaluations de vulnérabilité. Her research revolves around how coastal systems respond to natural and human drivers of change, leveraging this understanding to integrate nature-based adaptation options in protection of coastal communities. Danica van Prosdy. Jennifer Welsh. Jennifer Welsh of McGill University was previously professor and chair in international relations at the European University Institute and professor in international relations at the University of Oxford, where she co-founded the Oxford Institute for Ethics, Law and Armed Conflict. Elle est précédemment titulaire de la chaire de recherche Canada 150 en gouvernance et sécurité mondiale. Her research focuses on humanitarian intervention, the evolution of the notion of responsibility to protect in international society. Jennifer Welsh. Keith Yeats. Malek Batal. Malek Batal est directeur du centre collaborateur de l'OMS Transnut sur la nutrition humaine et le développement de l'Université de Montréal. He studies the relationships between population health, the food system, and the environment with the aim of addressing inequalities in marginalized populations. Il travaille avec les Premières Nations au Canada et les populations autochtones et rurales internationales, mettant les résultats de ses recherches au service des politiques publiques. Malek Batal. Diane Gérard Lajoie. Diane Gérard Lajoie est reconnue pour ses travaux depuis l'Université de Toronto sur les minorités de langue officielle au Canada. Her expertise in the areas of identity and youth in minority language schools, as well as teacher identity in those schools, makes her a pioneer in the comparative analysis of Canada's two official linguistic minority groups. Récipiendaire de multiples fonds de recherche, elle se distingue par sa contribution significative à l'étude des minorités des langues officielles. Diane Gérard Lajoie est membre de la SRC depuis 2020. Diane Gérard Lajoie. Isabelle Le Breton Miller. Isabelle Le Breton Miller est titulaire de la Charte sur la relève et l'entreprise familiale à HEC Montréal. Her studies of family businesses have revealed them to be an unusually sustainable and stakeholder-friendly form of organization. Ses travaux sur leur performance économique, leur conduite stratégique, leur gouvernance et leur succession managériale ont contribué à faire du champ de l'entreprise familiale un domaine scientifique rigoureux et dynamique. Isabelle Le Breton Miller. Entrez le cours. André Lecourt de l'Université d'Ottawa est un politologue de réputation internationale. His work on nationalism and federalism stands out for the breadth of the comparisons made, its theoretical scope, and its analytic power. Ils ont mis en valeur le cas du Canada pour la politique comparée et enrichi l'étude de la politique canadienne en y intégrant des constats tirés d'autres démocraties fédérales multinationales. André Lecourt. Jean Saint-Aubin. Le professeur Jean Saint-Aubin de l'Université de Moncton est un spécialiste mondialement reconnu pour les travaux créatifs sur l'interface entre les représentations en mémoire à court et à long terme, ont bousculé les idées reçues et ouvert la voie à des nouvelles conceptualisations. His work on reading, with his innovative eye movement approach, has opened a new field of study on parent-child reading. Jean Saint-Aubin. Monsieur le Président, Mesdames et Messieurs, c'était les nouveaux membres de l'Académie des sciences sociales. Once again, we applaud all the new fellows of the Academy of Social Sciences. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now adjourn for a brief 20-minute break before we proceed with our induction of our final members from the Academy of Sciences. Mesdames et Messieurs, nous nous adjournons pour 20 minutes avant de procéder à la présentation des nouveaux membres de l'Académie des sciences. We'll see you in 20 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, friends and colleagues, welcome back. Isn't it wonderful to be here in person, to be able to share in the success of these extraordinary individuals who have made amazing contributions to knowledge and to other people? It's wonderful to be able to do that with other people. It turns out that there are four actually, additional members who were inducted in previous years, but could not attend because of the pandemic. We know who they are. We'd like to have them cross the stage. And in order to do that, of course, cross the stage in person. In order to do that, I'd like to invite back the president of Academy Academy 1, Julia Wright. So, our two fellows from the class of 2020 from the Academy of Arts and Humanities, Division of Arts, are Clem Martini and Mark Terry. Let me tell you. Oh. Clem Martini is a professor at the School of Creative and Performing Arts at the University of Calgary. Tout au long de sa brillante carrière, il a touché les esprits et les cœurs en tant que dramaturge, librettiste, romancier et essayiste. His innovative, comedic, and social justice-oriented body of work has been shaping Canadian theatre for over 30 years. His award-winning and internationally acclaimed works range from breaking conventions and displaying unique artistry, encouraging audiences and readers to broach the most challenging and pressing social and environmental issues. Clem Martini. Mark Terry. Mark Terry is a professor in the Faculty of Environmental and Urban Change at York University and in the Department of English and Film Studies at Wilfrid Laurier University. Il est reconnu sur le plan international pour ses innovations dans le domaine des médias numériques. His remediation of the documentary film known as the Geodoc is currently being used within various divisions of the UN as a data delivery system, a new communications tool bridging the gap between science and policy. His pioneering work with multilinear non-fiction narratives has been recognized by the Academy of Canadian Cinema and Television with their 2011 Humanitarian Award. His work in documenting polar research has been recognized with the Queen's Diamond Jubilee Medal and the Explorer Club Stephenson Medal. Mark Terry. Well, okay, now we're going to switch. But first, Madam President, Monsieur le Président, thank you so much. And we will move now to Academy number 3. I would like now to ask John Small, President of the Academy of Science, to join us on the stage. Now, we're returning now to the class of 2021. From the Academy of Sciences Division of Life Sciences, I'm going to welcome Michael Hill and Martin Yaffe. First, Michael Hill. On the T. Michael Hill from the University of Calgary is a neurologist clinician researcher whose work has focused on the care of patients with stroke. Son travail en épidémiologie clinique et dans les essais cliniques randomisés sur le traitement de l'AVC aigu ont contribué à réduire les incapacités neurologiques. This has also reduced death for patients around the world. Michael Hill. Martin Yaffe. Martin Yaffe from the Sunnybrook Research Institute, University of Toronto, is a medical physicist specializing in image research applied to earlier diagnosis of breast cancer. Il est reconnu pour le développement de la mammographie numérique, maintenant utilisée en clinique dans le monde entier, et pour ses recherches sur la densité mammaire et en tant que facteur de risque de cancer et obstacle à sa détection précise. He is now applying medical imaging principles to improve quantitative biomarker analysis in pathology. Martin Yaffe. It is now my pleasure to present the new Fellows of the Academy of Science. Roussos Dimitrakopoulos. Roussos Dimitrakopoulos of McGill University is the world's leading authority in stochastic mine modeling and the optimization of planning and production scheduling of industrial mining complexes. Ses recherches ont fondamentalement changé la façon dont l'industrie minière aborde les problèmes de planification. He has pioneered a new framework that integrates and manages uncertainty in supply and demand, and has been awarded an exceptional third-term renewal of his Canada Research Chair, Tier 1, in Sustainable Mineral Resource Development, Chrysos Dimitrakopoulos. Janet A.W. Elliott. Janet A.W. Elliott from the University of Alberta is one of the world's leading engineering scientists, known for profound insights in thermodynamics. Son introgation créative et élégante des mathématiques et des données expérimentales a permis de résoudre de nombreux problèmes de longue date. Her work across science, engineering, and medicine has expanded the study of thermodynamics to new complexity, new length scales, and new disciplines, and has provided leading cryopreservation protocols. Janet A.W. Elliott. Gabor Fichtinger. Gabor Fichtinger of Queen's University is a distinguished researcher who has made seminal contributions to the field of computer-assisted medical interventions. Ses travaux sur la robotique médicale ont ouvert la voie à de nombreuses techniques diagnostiques et thérapeutiques modernes. He is a renowned innovator and mentor and a dedicated developer of free open-source software resources that are used around the world in education, research, and industry. Gabor Fichtinger. Karl Haas. Karl Haas of the University of Waterloo has contributed seminal new knowledge in the principles behind computer vision, mixed reality, building information modeling, and human robotic systems. Ses contributions améliorent la performance des systèmes complexes de l'environnement bâti. His work deals with the key barriers in the way of moving forward a circular economy in the built environment. Karl Haas. Jiawei Han. Jiawei Han is Michael Aiken Chair Professor, University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign. Il est reconnu pour ses contributions à la découverte de connaissances à partir de données et à la science des données. He is also a Fellow of ACM and a Fellow of IEEE. He also received the ACM SIGKDD Innovation Award, the IEEE CS Technical Achievement Award, the ISSS CSW Wallace McDowell Award, and Japan's Funai Achievement Award. Jiawei Han. Ian Moore. Ian Moore of Queen's University is the world leader in the analysis and design of buried structures. His work has shed light on l'interaction structure non linéaire et la stabilité des structures du tuyau. Using a powerful combination of numerical and physical modeling, he has advanced fundamental understanding of strength and other performance limits of pipes used for drainage and water supply, and in modeling of nonlinear soil structure interaction. Ian Moore. Catherine Mulligan. Dr. Catherine Mulligan is an internationally recognized expert in the decontamination of water, soils, and sediments, and a pioneer of green remediation technologies. Elle est la directrice fondatrice de l'Institut of Water, Energy and Sustainable Systems de l'Université Concordia. Her fundamental and applied contributions to research and her service to the engineering profession have been recognized with prestigious awards, including the John B. Sterling Medal from the Engineering Institute of Canada. Catherine Mulligan. Satya Prakash. Satya Prakash from McGill University is a world-renowned scientist, entrepreneur, and innovator in the fields of microbiome, probiotics, artificial cells, and targeted therapeutics delivery. Il a découvert des liens essentiels entre le microbiome intestinal et les maladies métaboliques et a élaboré de nouvelles plateformes d'administration des médicaments ciblés. His groundbreaking work on the role of the microbiome in disease has led to the world's first of its kind health-promoting probiotic formulation that reduces blood cholesterol. Satya Prakash. Mohammed Sawan. Mohammed Sawan de l'École polytechnique de Montréal est un sommité mondial en génie biomédical. He is credited with several major breakthroughs, including chip-integrated implantable devices for the measurement and electrical stimulation of the visual cerebral cortex in order to restore sight to the blind. Ses contributions ont trouvé des applications dans diverses spécialités, incluant la respiration, la vision, l'épilepsie et le mouvement des membres. Mohammed Sawan. David Sinton. David Sinton from the University of Toronto is an international leader in fluids and energy-related research. Il a développé des systèmes d'analyse des fluides qui améliorent les performances environnementales et économiques des exploitations énergétiques. He has notably made significant breakthroughs in the utilization and storage of carbon dioxide and the electrocatalytic conversion of carbon dioxide into renewable fuels and chemicals. David Sinton. Wen Tong. Wen Tong of Huawei Technologies Canada has made fundamental contributions to wireless communication system, information transmission, sensing, processing, computing, and machine learning. Ils travaillent notamment sur leurs applications dans les secteurs de la téléphonie sans fil de Wi-Fi, les téléphones intelligents et les normalisations mondiales associées. A Fellow of the Canadian Academy of Engineering and Fellow of IEEE, he received the R.A. Fessenden Medal, the IEEE Communication Society Distinguished Industry Leader Award. Wen Tong. Willy Christensen. Willy Christensen of the University of British Columbia is one of the most highly cited fisheries scientists in the world today. Il est le principal architecte du cadre de logiciels de modélisation des écosystèmes qui sont utilisés par des centaines de scientifiques autour du monde. His research focuses on ecosystem-based management with emphasis on human impact, food web effects, and environmental conditions, including climate change. Willy Christensen. Gregory Edgecombe. Dr. Gregory Edgecombe is a paleontologist and systematic biologist investigating the evolutionary history of the arthropoda. Ses recherches intègrent les fossiles des animaux basés sur les espèces vivantes, y compris leurs données moléculaires. He is a merit researcher at the National Natural History Museum in London, where he has been a research leader since 2007. He was elected a Fellow of the Royal Society in 2018. Gregory Edgecombe. John Michael Kendall. From Oxford University, John Michael Kendall's research covers geophysics with connections to mineral physics, geodynamics, natural resources, and engineering. Il est dirigeant des expériences sismiques sur le terrain dans des régions géologiques allant de l'Arctique canadien à l'Éthiopie. He has made pioneering contributions to the study of the structure and dynamics of the Earth's interior. John Michael Kendall. Julie Laroche. Julie Laroche de l'Université Dalhousie est une microbiologiste marine qui étudie les facteurs qui contrôlent la productivité primaire dans l'océan. She has developed and applied several widely used molecular biological approaches that have had long-lasting impact on our understanding of nutrient limitation in phytoplankton and other marine microbes. Elle a particulièrement développé des approches en ce qui concerne la limitation du fer, qui est important dans de vastes zones océaniques. Julie Laroche est membre de la SRC depuis 2021. Julie Laroche. Douglas Wallace. Douglas Wallace, also from Dalhousie University, is an oceanographer who uses observations of chemical distributions to unravel the complex biogeomechanical processes that connect the oceans and the atmosphere. Il a présenté plusieurs approches et outils qui ont eu un impact durable sur notre compréhension de la biogéochimie marine. His work deals especially with respect to the uptake of carbon dioxide and oxygen by the oceans. Douglas Wallace has been a Fellow of the RSC since 2020. Douglas Wallace. Ahab Abu Haif. Ahab Abu Haif is a James McGill Professor at McGill University and an award-winning and internationally renowned biologist whose pioneering research has laid the foundations for the interdisciplinary field of ecological evolutionary developmental biology. Il est à l'origine d'un changement de paradigme dans les sciences biologiques qui a d'importantes répercussions sur la médecine, la conservation et de la biodiversité et la reproduction animale et végétale. He works to uncover the rules through which genes develop and the environment interact to influence evolutionary change. Ahab Abu Haif. John Archibald. John Archibald is a professor of biochemistry and molecular biology and Arthur B. MacDonald Research Chair of Excellence at Dalhousie University. Il est également directeur de l'Institute for Comparative Genomics de Dalhousie. He is a Fellow of the American Academy of Microbiology and in 2019 was awarded the Misha Ishida Prize for his internationally recognized work on the biology of symbiosis. John Archibald. Stephen J. Cook. Stephen J. Cook from Carleton University is an interdisciplinary scholar whose work spans the natural and social sciences with a focus on solving complex conservation problems. Il a défini la discipline naissante de la physiologie de la conservation et est une sommité mondiale en matière de conservation de la biodiversité en eau douce. Cook founded the Canadian Centre for Evidence-Based Conservation and is well known for science communication and embracing a co-production research model with diverse partners. Stephen J. Cook. Andrew Hendry. Andrew Hendry of McGill University is an evolutionary ecologist and a leading figure in the fusion of ecology and evolution, based on his work on rapid evolution in natural populations of fish and birds. Ses travaux sur le terrain ont contribué à modifier notre vision de l'espèce, qui est passée d'une catégorie statique à une entité dynamique en constante évolution. Andrew Hendry has been a Fellow of the RSC since 2021. Andrew Hendry. Heidi McBride. Heidi McBride is a professor in the Department of Neurology and Neurosurgery at McGill University. Elle est titulaire de la chaire de recherche du Canada en biologie cellulaire mitochondriale. She is renowned for her discovery of mitochondria-derived vesicles whose functions range from quality control to immune signaling, with impact in areas of neurodegeneration, metabolic syndromes, and rare diseases. Heidi McBride. Adrian M. Owen. Adrian M. Owen is Professor of Cognitive Neuroscience and Imaging at the University of Western Ontario, Canada, and co-directs the CFAR Brain, Mind and Consciousness program. Ses recherches associent la neuroimagerie structurelle et fonctionnelle à l'étude neuropsychologique de patients souffrant de lésions cérébrales. Owen has published over 400 scientific articles and chapters, and a best-selling popular science book, Into the Gray Zone. He was awarded an OBE in 2019 for services to scientific research. Adrian M. Owen. Fabio Rossi. From the University of British Columbia, Professor Fabio Rossi's innovative approaches to understanding cellular origins and differentiation capabilities of tissue-resident cells have opened up new fields of research. Il est reconnu pour avoir fourni des nouvelles stratégies de traitement des maladies dégénératives chroniques telles que la dystrophie musculaire. His efforts in the Canadian and international regenerative medicine community have catalyzed the creation of new interdisciplinary research clusters and advanced Canadian leadership in this area. Fabio Rossi. Virginia Walker. Professor Virginia Walker of Queen's University has been described as a Renaissance biologist. Son érudition est unique dans son ampleur et sa diversité, mêlant les disciplines de la génétique, de la biologie moléculaire, de la chimie et de l'ingénierie. A prolific researcher with an international reputation, Dr. Walker is a pioneer in several fields linked by a common concern: coping strategies against environmental stress. Virginia Walker. Sonia Anand. Sonia Anand is internationally recognized for her research on the cardiovascular health of women and populations of diverse ancestral origin. Cette professeure de médecine et d'épidémiologie à l'université McMaster s'est forgée une réputation mondiale en priorisant la recherche sur la santé des femmes. Dr. Anand has impacted public policy and clinical practice and has developed new therapies that are benefiting high-risk vascular patients globally. Sonia Anand. Catherine Borden. Catherine Borden's pioneering work unearthed novel modes by which cancer cells hijack genetic information by subverting messenger RNA metabolism. Ces études depuis l'Université de Montréal ont révolutionné notre vision des principes centraux de la biologie des RNM et transformer notre compréhension de ces processus. Her groundbreaking clinical studies demonstrated that these processes can be targeted in humans, providing promising avenues for therapeutic development. Catherine Borden. Laurent Brochard. Dr. Laurent Brochard is an intensive care physician working at Unity Health, Toronto. Il est aussi titulaire de la chaire kinine en soins intensifs et en médecine respiratoire et directeur de la division interdépartementale de médecine des soins intensifs de l'Université de Toronto. Dr. Brochard is internationally renowned within respiratory and clinical care medicine, and his research on mechanical ventilation has improved the clinical outcomes of millions of patients worldwide. Laurent Brochard. Sylvain Shemtob. Sylvain Shemtob of the Université de Montréal is a world-renowned neonatal pharmacologist and leading authority on mechanisms of retinopathy of prematurity. Il a été à l'origine de concepts biologiques avant-gardistes et a contribué à la réforme des soins fournis aux enfants prématurés. his discovery of novel anti-inflammatory drugs transforms treatment against preterm birth to improve newborn outcomes. Sylvain Chemtob. Aaron Fenster. Dr. Aaron Fenster is professor in the Department of Medical Biophysics and chair of the Imaging Sciences Division of the Department of Medical Imaging at Western University. Il est internationalement reconnu comme un pionnier du développement de l'imagerie ultrasonore 3D. His career in medical imaging has made invaluable contributions to Canadian medical imaging science and technology. Aaron Fenster. Mayank Goyal. Dr. Mayank Goyal of the University of Calgary is a leading researcher and innovator in acute ischemic stroke treatment worldwide. Il a mis au point une technique de diagnostic rapide par imagerie des accidents vasculaires cérébraux aigus qui est désormais régulièrement utilisée dans le monde entier. His leadership in randomized trials changed stroke care and established mechanical thrombectomy worldwide and showed that neuroprotection in humans is possible. Mayank Goyal. Richard Hewson. Richard Hewson is Schlegel Research Chair in Vascular Aging and Brain Health in the Schlegel UW Research Institute for Aging at the University of Waterloo. Ses recherches menées pour la NASA ont révélé un vieillissement vasculaire accéléré chez les astronautes de la Station spatiale internationale. His pioneering work on human cardiorespiratory adaptations to exercise and physical inactivity continues to profoundly influence research directions in Canada and around the world. Richard Hewson. Malcolm King. Malcolm King is a member of the Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation and a health researcher at the University of Saskatchewan. Il est également membre de l'Académie canadienne des sciences de la santé. His internationally recognized acclaimed research is aimed at improving wellness and achieving health equity for First Nations, Métis, and Inuit through strengths-based approaches that respect self-determination and privilege Indigenous ways of knowing. Malcolm King has been a Fellow of the RSC since 2021. Malcolm King. Gergely Lukács. Gergely Lukács proposed novel methods to treat cystic fibrosis. Ces études ont permis d'identifier les mécanismes de régulation de la qualité des protéines à la surface des cellules. Lukács showed that rationally selected drug combination leads to efficacious treatment used clinically since 2019 and suggests new treatment strategies for other conformational diseases. Gege Lukács. David Malkin. Dr. David Malkin of the Hospital for Sick Children is the foremost Canadian expert in the field of childhood cancer genetics. Ses études de pointe sont améliorées notre compréhension à la base moléculaire de la prédisposition génétique au cancer chez les enfants et les jeunes adultes. Through the methodological introduction of gene detection strategies, Dr. Malkin's research has created a global paradigm shift in the care of children at genetic risk for cancer. David Malkin. Stephen Miller. Dr. Stephen Miller from the Hospital for Sick Children is a physician-scientist leader whose brain imaging studies of critically ill newborns identified the power of early life intensive care unit experience to shape the trajectory of brain development through childhood. Ces constats ont conduit à un changement de paradigme, les lésions cérébrales étant désormais considérées comme les interventions quotidiennes. Oops, I made a mistake. But in any case, his research shows how brain injuries are modifiable to promote brain maturation across the life course. Stephen Miller. Stephen Scott. Professor Stephen Scott from Queen's University is a world leader in the computational, neural, mechanical, and behavioral aspects of voluntary motor control. He invented KinArm, interactive robotic technologies that provide unprecedented experimental control over arm motor function. Il a utilisé cette invention pour transformer notre compréhension du lien intime entre les circuits corticaux et la biomécanique des membres. KinArm robots are now widely used around the world to quantify brain function and dysfunction. Stephen Scott. Janet Smiley. Dr. Janet Smiley holds a Canada Research Chair in Advancing Generative Health Services for Indigenous Populations in Canada at the University of Toronto. Parmi les premiers médecins métis au Canada, elle est mondialement respectée par les universitaires et les leaders autochtones. dedicated to advancing equity in health services for Indigenous populations. Her research program is grounded in Indigenous community partnerships to consistently produce and translate innovative research into tangible benefits for Indigenous communities. Janet Smiley. Kim Baines. Kim Baines of the University of Western Ontario is an internationally recognized scholar in the fundamental chemistry of low-valent, highly reactive main group compounds. Elle a fait œuvre de pionnière dans la synthèse et la chimie, ouvrant ainsi de nouvelles avenues de recherche scientifique. Capitalizing on her discoveries, she has developed the synthesis of new inorganic polymers and main group catalysts and furthered the understanding of semiconductor surface chemistry. Kim Baines. Cornelia Bonnet. Cornelia Bonnet of the University of Victoria is a world leader in physical organic chemistry. Elle a apporté des connaissances inédites et continue d'avoir un impact majeur dans des domaines aussi larges que la science fondamentale et les matériaux intelligents. She is especially renowned for using light in novel ways to move beyond research on static molecular structures to trailblazing studies of supramolecular dynamics in complex systems. Cornelia Bonnet. Louis-Charles Campeau. Louis-Charles Campeau de Merck a apporté des contributions durables dans les domaines de la synthèse organique, de la découverte des médicaments et de la direction de recherche au cours de sa carrière de 15 ans. He has contributed to the discovery of 30 novel drug candidates in human clinical trials and contributed to 5 new marketed therapies impacting human health. Il a publié des articles dans des revues à fort impact, généré des innovations scientifiques importantes et a travaillé auprès du public. Louis-Charles Campeau. Jawa Chen. Jawa Chen from the University of British Columbia has made fundamental contributions to statistics, particularly in mixture models, empirical likelihood, sampling theory, and the design of experiments. Ses travaux sur les critères d'information étendue ouvrent des nouvelles perspectives sur la sélection des variables. His works in mixture models are groundbreaking, and his technical strength enables him to solve challenging problems, the result of which is particularly significant in the big data era. Jia Chen. Marcel Franz. Dr. Marcel Franz is professor of physics at the University of British Columbia and a deputy scientific director of the Stuart Blossom Quantum Matter Institute. Il est un expert de premier plan dans les théories de la matière quantique topologique et des systèmes électroniques fortement corrélés. Franz has received numerous awards and recognitions for his contributions, including the AP Sloan Fellowship, Killam Research Fellowship, and has been elected Fellow of the APS. Marcel Franz. Young Bak Kim. Professor Kim is a theoretical condensed matter physicist and a professor at the University of Toronto. Il a apporté des contributions importantes à la compréhension théorique des phénomènes quantiques émergents. His work in quantum spin liquids and novel quasi-particles earned him the following recognitions: the Guggenheim Fellowship, the Simons Fellowship, the Killam Fellowship, the Brockhouse Medal, Fellow of American Physical Society, Canada Research Chair, and the Sloan Fellowship. Young Bak Kim. Xingfang Li. Xingfang Li of the University of Alberta is an internationally recognized expert in analytical chemistry and water research. Ces techniques novatrices ont permis la détection ultrasensible de contaminants environnementaux et d'interactions biomoléculaires. Her discovery of new classes of water disinfection byproducts opens a vital new direction of research. Her patented technological innovations and research findings contribute greatly to public health protection in Canada and the world. Xingfang Li has been a fellow of the RSC since 2021. Xingfang Li. Gojun Liu. Professor Liu is Canada Research Chair in Materials Science at Queen's University, a pioneer and world leader in the field of materials science. Il a notamment dirigé la mise au point de matériaux nano et microstructurés construits à partir de copolymères séquencés et greffés. He has led the development of the ability to control and manipulate the shape, size, function, roles, and stability of nano and microstructured materials to make important, fundamental, and applied scientific contributions. Go Jun Liu. Bojan Mohar. Congratulations. Bojan Mohar of Simon Fraser University is a world-leading graph theorist who has deeply contributed to central areas in discrete mathematics. Il a notamment fait avancer les théories algébriques, topologiques et structurelles des graphes et la chimie mathématique. His transformative contributions to graph theory have been recognized with ICA's Euler Medal and the RSC's John L. Sun Medal. He was distinguished as an AMS Fellow, a SIAM Fellow, and a Canada Research Chair. Bojan Mohar has been a Fellow of the RSC since 2020. Bojan Mohar. Wei Pen. Professor Penn from the University of Toronto is one of the most original and enterprising theoretical astrophysicists working today and pioneered the rapidly growing field of 21 centimeter cosmology. Ses travaux ont abouti aux plus éminentes réalisations astronomiques canadiennes de la dernière décennie et ont contribué à la construction de nouveaux télescopes spécialisés. More recently, his innovative use of cosmic plasma as a giant billion-kilometer-sized telescope spawned the new field of scintillometry. Wei Pen. Donna Prekop. Donna Prekop of McGill University is noted for her fundamental contributions to reinforcement learning. Elle est particulièrement reconnue pour ses contributions à l'abstraction temporelle, à l'invention de l'architecture option critique et ses travaux révolutionnaires sur la mesure de la bisimulation. Her many theoretical and practical contributions to the use of machine learning in medicine have made a significant difference in practice. Donna Prekop. Jian Hong Wu. Congratulations. Renowned mathematician Jian Hong Wu from York University has made foundational contributions to global dynamics and bifurcation theory. Ses recherches sur la modélisation des maladies permettent de prévoir avec précision l'évolution des maladies. His leadership has profoundly contributed to the paradigm shift toward using interdisciplinary modeling extensively in health planning and firmly established Canada as a global leader in mathematical epidemiology. Jian Hong Wu. Cher Président, Mesdames et Messieurs, c'était les nouveaux membres de l'Académie des sciences. To the new members of the Academy of Science, congratulations. It's a pleasure and an honor for me to read your names and to learn more about you. And I know that you will continue in very distinguished careers. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes our time together, includes this year's induction ceremony. Merci beaucoup et bonne soirée. J'espère que vous allez nous rendre l'année prochaine à Waterloo. I thank you very much. I wish you a wonderful evening. I hope we can meet next year in Waterloo in person. And we also invite you to join us in the grand foyer for a celebration cocktail reception to speak with our inductees and to congratulate them again in person. Thank you so much.